What is up, everyone? I know it's been very inconsistent with the streams. I apologize. I just, there's a lot going on in my life right now, and I keep having to wake up crazy early, so I'm super tired. So, but, you know, we got some time today, and thank you, Zert, for the gifted sub. I super appreciate that. And, also, Frank Fawn, and then some mysterious subscriber. I don't know who that is, but 38 months. How about that? Anyway, we got some catching up to do here. There are some real boss fights in this event. I don't know why they waited so long to get to them, but they do exist. And Anabashi also with the 60 fucking 1 months. That is so long. Thank you. Guys, I really appreciate it. I've been away from streaming for a while, so yeah, it's nice to be back, and I appreciate the subs, guys. Big help. All right, let's get to it here, though. And yeah, well, that was the stream, guys. FGO is a really stable and great video game that, you know, I missed every second I was away from it. Had to tear myself away from such a smooth video game. Yeah, so Armored Core is tomorrow, which I'm really annoyed by. I love there's no game I've looked forward to more than Armored Core 6, right? Armored Core is my favorite game franchise. I think everyone knows this. However, why did Blurp's message get deleted? I don't even. That's kind of funny. Blurp got timed out by Moobot. The bots are fighting. But so I normally wake up at like noon, right? I generally wake up sometimes 11:30. Right, or so, but generally I wake up around noon, right? Now, for the last like 4 or 5 days, I've been waking up at like 8:30 in the morning, which when you drastically shift like your sleep schedule like that, it's, you know, it's kind of rough. And I'm not really able to go to sleep sooner because my body hasn't adjusted and all that. So I'm really tired. And tomorrow I have to wake up at 8:30, and it's probably the last time I have to wake up at 8:30. But what I'm getting at is I'm tired as fuck right now. Right? I'm kind of out of it, right? I can't focus as well as normal. And tomorrow it's going to be the same thing. And then, like, god damn it, you know, Armored Core 6 is coming out then. So, yeah, it is unfortunate. Yeah, normal sleep schedule, I know, right? But I'm going to play it anyway. We'll do our best. And then probably the day or so after, I'll probably be able to sleep like a normal schedule. And I can't see 23. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I like how it's all capitalized, and it's still. I like how it starts with IC. I gotta give it to IC. That's pretty clever because you know if you don't say I can't, it is IC, right? Like before, but it's I can't see. That's very. Has Cairo seen that? Has Cairo seen that? That was very clever. But thank you, IC, for the resub. You put many memes in one place. Okay, I kind of hate Blurp doing this now. This is new, where it's like spamming. Like, that's actually super annoying. Like, they're trying to advertise while you play the sound, but that just kind of clutters chat. I'll have to see if I can turn that off. I don't care for that. Anyway, I don't think this is a major boss fight. There are some, but this ain't it, so we need to just get through it. You know what? We'll use Gareth. Ban the Blurp account. Yeah, you probably can. I don't know if that would affect, though, the rest of it. You might not be able to play the sounds then. I'm not sure. But yeah, that is pretty annoying. So the challenge quest is... It's okay. I'll say this. If you do the challenge quest, like pure 1 to 3 star, it like takes forever. So that's why I used what's her name, Mecha Liz, because you can just speed it up so much. It's kind of absurd how long it takes if you do it. I don't know, maybe there's a way that I was just missing, because basically the boss has a damage cut for 800,000 damage, and it's, you know, every time you attack, it doesn't go away. It goes away when you break the first health bar, but until you do break the first health bar, the boss has 800,000 damage cut, and it's just really hard to do that damage. Now you can also kill all of the ads, right? You can actually kill all of the side enemies if you can't break the damage threshold, but it's really hard to do that much damage to a foreigner. It'd be easy. Oh my god, it'd be so easy if it was a berserker, a saber, an archer, right? Any of that normal stuff, it'd be super, super easy. But it's hard to do it to a foreigner in a way that it doesn't leave your team so like vulnerable that you can't clean up. So I just used Mechaliz because it made it way easier. I thought that was budget enough. But and the thing is, anyone could just summon a friend's alter ego and do it. But yeah, I feel like if you wanted to make it like 3-star friendly, the damage cut would need to be like 600,000, but then it's like too easy for everyone else. But that's why they just need better budget supports these days, in my opinion. That's an opening hand. Yeah, most people will summon Bizet or Melt, yeah, for sure. But it's nice when things are doable with 1 to 3 stars without it being like 30 turns or 40 turns. But it was still fun because like I really did like it because you got to do some like classic buff stacking like methods, like switching or having a unit die and shuffling and things like that. All that stuff still worked there, but then because of the health bar switch, you still needed to have some kind of team to clean up. And yeah, that's not that hard, let's be honest. It's not like some crazy complicated fight, but it's just like a fun way to play that we haven't done in a long time. So yeah, I liked it. Oh wait, I missed a sub. Wait a minute. Oh, so I had scrolled down and I thought the most recent sub was the nameless one, and I was like, I didn't fucking say it. But that was from before, excuse me. That Dragon, thank you, Dragon, for the 1-year sub. That's a big landmark. Jesus, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's see. We got a good hand for once. Makes up for the prior one. Dog, though. You know, if there's anyone out there that's a really big Ironside fan, and I'm sure there is somebody that is, Summer Gareth almost guarantees that we'll never have it. There's 6 enemies. I don't have my NP. We haven't killed one of them. A little rough. Chat, although I'm sure they exist. Are there any Ironside fans in chat? Because he's significantly less popular than even the Green Knight. So there's probably not too many out there. You know, who? I had a feeling that was gonna be the case. Most people didn't even know who that was. You're killing me, chat. I'm gonna take this as a no, though. So Ironside, I think if I remember correctly, I may be conflating two things, but if I remember correctly, Ironside was also known as like the Red Knight. Now, not as like famously as like the Green Knight. By the way, there is no Blue Knight. I'm not even memeing. There is no Blue Knight. But if I remember correctly, Ironside was like known for wearing red and that kind of thing. And I think I have to really stress this. I think there's a story where like Gareth and crew fight him or something. I honestly don't remember because again, not as prominent as the Green Knight. I know in FGO they have had Gareth like have defeated Ironside or something like that, and has his sword in this stage and stuff. I don't even remember the details in FGO. But yeah, there's not actually that many colored knights in Arthurian legend. The Green Knight's the only like really prominent one. Well, no, the Black Knight, I guess. That's the thing. But Green Knight, Black Knight, and then a little Red Knight. Was he Percival's son? I don't fucking remember. I'm actually gonna have to look this up later because yeah, I don't super remember. Okay, I need to kill 2 of them this turn. Pretty sure I can accomplish that. See red, press red, no problem. Oh, wait a minute. I thought that was single target. Oh, shit. Well, it worked out because we have the event bonus. That would not have worked out if we didn't. I don't know why I was thinking she was single target. Okay, well, the Lancer's no threat. And if I remember correctly, in the summer event with this Gareth, you fight a Saber class card servant that is representing Ironside. I'm pretty sure that was the case. Which again, it kind of just reinforces that they're never adding it to the game. Defense up. Try to get my NP here. All right, chat. Not Fate. Not Fate. Actual Arthurian legend. What's your favorite character? Even if you only have a vague understanding of it, you know, then you can still say, like, I don't know, you know, Arthur or Lancelot or whatever. Percival. Honestly, I like some of the real stories with Percival big time. There's some really cool stuff there. Some Merlin fans. I could agree. A lot of Percival fans. Wait a minute, chat. How many of you... Wait a minute. How many of you... liked Percival in FGO, so you looked up real-life Percival stuff, and then you were like, oh, I like that too. I am sure there's a few of you out there. A lot of Tristan fans too, my god. A little bit of Galahad, a little bit of Lancelot, but a lot of Tristan and Percival there. Yeah, Mordred is all over the map. It's actually insane. Like, in some stories, Mordred has almost no connection with anything. It's just like some random usurper. And then sometimes it's like Arthur's like nephew or something. And then obviously there's a bunch where it's his, you know, bastard son and that kind of thing. But yeah, they're all over the place with Mordred's relation to Arthur and importance to the overall story. Yeah, I like Sir Kay too in the real legends as well. Oh, Fisher King. That's a very unique pick. Most people probably don't know what the hell that is, actually. A lot of Merlin. A lot of Merlin. Tim. And there's a Monty Python reference. Chat, I've said, you know, I play the classic version of Warcraft, right? And I have a character in that named Mordred. And I've had multiple people ask me, not if it's from Fate or anything else, they've just asked me, like, what the hell is that name from? Most of them think it's like a metal band. And then I normally just say, you know, Arthurian legend, and they're like, oh, that's cool. But it's crazy how many people have no idea what the fuck that name is from. Actually, I'm not surprised by this, though, because I remember when I was younger, like when you'd hear about Arthurian legend, be it through, you know, books or just, you know, pop culture stuff or documentaries or whatever on the History Channel or whatever the fuck it is, Mordred was either not mentioned or just really, really minor, right? It's really easy to just know King Arthur, Merlin, Lancelot, maybe Gawain or Percival or something, right? But like, it's really, and Morgan, right? Morgan though is not as known as Merlin and Arthur and stuff though. But yeah, it's actually pretty easy to not know what Mordred is. But yeah, a lot of people have been like, is that a heavy metal band or something? Yeah, Lancelot is the most known knight. No question. Absolutely no question. Like, I remember when I was young, there was, I don't remember what it was. It was like maybe some like Fisher Price video game or something. I have no idea. It was like some like cartoony like mini game, video game on the computer that my friend had. I do not fucking remember what, and I was very, very young. But I remember it had like some mild Arthurian legend stuff mixed in there, and it was like just Arthur and Lancelot. That was it, right? And that's very common. Like when you see like some guest stars from Arthurian legend or whatever, Lancelot is generally the knight that's in there. Actually, a lot of people that don't know what Mordred is from do pronounce it more dread. They're not really sure. I've seen that several times. That's the thing. Well, the thing is, Morgana is not Morgan's counterpart. This has been a thing forever where people think there's like this big connection between Morgan and Morgan. There's none. And now there could be some that was just lost to time, right? You never know. It's very unlikely though, to be honest. And there's absolutely no evidence that they have anything to do with each other whatsoever. Now that doesn't mean that it didn't exist and it was lost. Again, like I said, it's possible that there is a connection, but it doesn't really. First off, not only is there no evidence of such, but there's really no like story connection, right? They're not similar at all, right? I mean, they're both women, I suppose, but that's a pretty fucking light connection. So yeah, they don't really have a connection one way or the other. So most people these days agree that it's just a coincidence, right? It's just a coincidence, and that happens, right? Like you have words in different cultures that never met, like when their language was developed, and they'll have two words that are like sound the same, or even sound similar and mean the same thing. It just happens, right? Coincidences happen. But yeah, a lot of that old. We don't know the origin of Arthurian legend, right? We don't know the actual root of it, the oldest versions of it. We don't know that. We don't know the origin of Robin Hood. We don't know the origin of a lot of Irish stuff. We actually know for a fact that a lot of it was lost to time, unfortunately, which really sucks, but you know, it is what it is. So sure, there could be a connection, but yeah, there is absolutely no evidence of it. And I've really never thought that there was, just because there's no, like, there's other characters that like, because there's like some Welsh, right? There's Welsh influence on Arthurian legend and stuff. And there's, you know, it's not just Welsh, but there is some clear Welsh influences. And some of those influences are just like easy to see, because not only is maybe there a name that's similar or something like that, but like there's an overall like character beat or moral of the story or something that's very similar, right? And that's like why we know like some of the Mordred stuff, if I remember correctly, is I think it's Welsh. I might be getting it confused. I think it's Welsh. But it's because the name is very similar, and like the role in the story is very similar, and that kind of thing. So you know, it's not likely to be a coincidence. That being said, Morgana is a pretty interesting character. Well, it depends. I've seen some of the stories of Morgana are kind of like whatever the fuck, but there's some interesting stuff there. Also, big fan of Ku, so I mean. Right, good taste all around here. All right, let's see here. Actually, she was really mad at Ku for a while, but then she's like following me around, like cursing his name. But then he impresses her so much, she like, oh, never mind, I take it back. Let's see here. Maeve, on the other hand, can just go straight to hell. You know what? Let's what is going on in this fucking stage? You know, I'm gonna bring a Lancer. You know, I fuck it. Waver would be the smart thing, but I don't want to do that. There we go. This is a very illogical team. I mean, Ku's fine, but Pope Joan don't make any sense. But we haven't used her a lot, so why not? Some of these stages actually do drop the mats and stuff. I'll bring that because they have it, so that's probably the mat that drops. Makes sense, right? Remember we could play the game with our own units, I know, right? Chat, is it bad that when I made the challenge quest video and I used a level 70 Ku, I wanted to do it again with my Grailed Ku just to show off how much better he was? But I figured people would appreciate, you know, some videos that don't have a Grailed Ku in it. The thing is, a lot of my videos, I actually go way out of my way to do this, by the way. I had a comment about this recently, and I remember that. I'll use my Grailed Ku a lot. For one, because he's my favorite fucking character fuck you, I'm going to use them, right? Okay, I'm not going to make every video where I don't use my favorite character that I've like painstakingly gotten maxed out. Like, are you goddamn kidding me, right? But I go very far out of my way whenever I use something like a Grailed Ezo, like I want to show that off, right? Like a Hexes or something, or I want to use my coup or something like that. I go very far out of my way to make sure that, like, the support slot isn't like needed for something super specific, right? That way, because I've had people say this exact thing. They're like, I want to use your videos as a template to figure out how to beat the goddamn boss, right? And some people complain like they can't do it because like I don't have a Grailed coup, but I generally speaking, you don't need one, right? Even if I have a Grailed coup in my video, generally you can compensate because I'll use my support slot to summon Hans, right? Obviously, you would use your own Hans and summon, you know, Scatty or Enkidu or, you know, whatever the fuck, you know, relative to what you're doing. And so if Ku is like filling a power role, I try to make sure the team has that support slot open that you could summon a friend's Grailed Ku or a friend's Enkidu or a friend's Merlin to compensate and like replace the Chen Gong on the team or something like that, right? I always do that. I do that on purpose, right? I go out of my way to make sure I do that. But some people, I'm not trying to attack anyone, right? But some people are just really bad at like looking at the team and seeing the principle and being like, okay, you want support here, damage here, survivability here, right? If the cleanup unit, it needs to be a saber, they need to have some kind of survival skill or whatever, right? And so if they can't copy paste the exact thing, they get like mad and they don't realize like how easy it would, because normally my team is handicapping itself, right? Where if you bring Merlin, right, instead of Hans or whatever, it's going to be way easier, right? So I don't think it's a problem, right? But I do get that complaint fairly often. They're like, I don't have a Grailed coup. And I'm like, one, why not? All right, that's the bigger problem here. And then and number two, you can summon a friend's one, because I generally don't have teams that's going to be a problem. Or you can use Enkidu or whatever the fuck. Like, goddamn. Yeah, I know. I saw that rant that Kyo, my chat eventually showed me that rant that Kyo had, and I relate to that so much. You have no fucking idea. I know exactly what he's talking about. I know the exact comments he's talking about. He has it worse though. Because this is why Arc Knights is harder on average than FGO, right? FGO certainly has some like choke moments, like Fluffy and stuff that are harder than a lot of Arc Knights' content, but Arc Knights consistently is a dick, right? Like it consistently is trying to trip you up and halt your progress and that kind of thing. So people are consistently looking to people like him to help them, right? So you get a big influx of that, and you have a lot more scrutiny and people like you know, getting mad at you and shit like that. He gets way more of that from what I've seen. So all right. What are we doing here? Oh god, I think they have invulnerability for is that 3 hits or 3 turns? I think it's 3 hits. Boy, did I not bring a good setup for that. Well, make some stars. Also, I gave up on writing bait. I mean, you should still do it every once in a while, right? Because Icy's had some gems. Like, don't lie to me, Icy. I know for a fact you've had several bait-ass comments that had, like, you know, so many replies where people, like, bought it. Though I do get what Icy's saying. It's not easy to make that middle ground where it's fucking outrageous that will get people riled up and all that, but then not be too noticeable that you're a troll. That's not easy to do. Yeah, and then sometimes, because I know Icy's seen it, there are times where you couldn't fake it if you wanted, right? Like somebody leaves a comment and it's like, brother, I couldn't have thought of that, you know, no matter how long I tried. Like the double Gilgamesh guy. Holy fuck, that one was amazing. And my personal favorite, I don't know if that guy ever deleted his comment. Let me check right now. The Zeus comment. I think y'all know what I'm talking about. That was fucking god. So, and I know some people thought that one was troll, but I know it's not, because I've seen that guy around the FGO community in various forms. And yeah, I don't think that was a troll. All right, let's see. Is that comment? It's still there, baby. It's still there. I'll just post it right now. Oh, good times, good times. Also, I know that guy was an NA player, so he didn't even know how like the fight worked, and that's why the comment was so stupid. Oh, good times. Yeah, that one and the Mori one. The Mori one though was a big language barrier. That's why he didn't realize it was like a pin of shame. But for a while anyway. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard to come up with gems like that. I guess it's what is happening? Is this RNG invulnerability, but a cap of 3 times? I think that's what it is. Let me see here. If that's the case, though, he's literally never procced it. Either that, or it's like invulnerability against crit or NP or something specific. 3-hit invulnerability, you say? No. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. All right, well, just get lucky, forehead. So I don't think he's invulnerability to ever. I swear if he starts now. Did he just insta-death me? Okay, no. Yeah, I guess it's NP. So that makes your NPs really shit here. Well, we learned something, chat. Okay, because I don't want to... I'm sure we could still win, no problem, and we haven't even taken damage, but I'm gonna restart because... That'll just take so long, like, if you don't know that's the deal. Although I guess you could just bring a Pierce Invulnerability CE. That's kind of cheating a little bit, but, yeah, I'll not do that. Gotta go normal card bruiser, though. Yeah, Yang C. You know, the best one, though, would be, Attila. The Attila one you can buy with rare prisms. It gives you starting NP. So you get your NP nice and quick, and then your NP has Pierce Invulnerability now. What to bring, what to bring. You know what? We'll get the Angie Amazon here. I don't care about the drop boost that much. Won't do the event CE. Alright. Can we use Canis? I gotta be careful here, but the Canis on this account has not done her buff quest and has 1/1/1 skills. So it's not great. And I can't summon a support one. Interesting that he gives the invulnerability to the other guys. I wonder if you kill him first, if the ones from the back row won't get the invulnerability. I actually want to find out. You know, I guess she'll just Brave Chain then. I miss animation updates. I want Protoku to get one. You know, I probably should have given her the Mystic Code attack up. That was a good turn for it. Crit. There you go. Not bad. He'd be easily killed in 1 turn if I had done the attack up earlier. For now, it's kind of iffy. Guess I'll do the attack up now. Come on, Penth. You're grilled to 90. 23k. Easy. Now let's see if the new ones get their Pierce. Or they're invulnerable. Oh, you know what? I bet you he cast it on the back row too. That's the thing. I wonder if I could get insta-death to proc here. I have to try, dude. That'd be super cool. Oh, damn. Block that in, P asshole. Love it. Oh, yeah, the posters in the background. I like the Spriggan one. Damn it. He had a higher death rate, too, because he was overcharged and everything. Taz still looks like a clown back there, though. Oh, hey, we can actually NP him now, though. Come on, Protoku. I had a YouTube comment saying that it's kind of dumb that Ku's greatest competition is himself, because it's fairly accurate at this point. I would say that if you want to, if you don't want to use regular Ku, you want a different budget single target Lancer, right? Especially quick, but just in general, the best alternative is Proto Ku. Not nearly as good, but it is the next best. Dude, I'll never forget when Baldy came out and I said, guys, he's so cool, but he's not anything like that good. He's not, I remember it being very clear. I didn't think he was weak or crappy, but I was like, he's so not, you know, pushing the envelope. He's not going to really accomplish anything that we couldn't already do before. Right. I remember if you dig through my Reddit, you can find it when I said a lot of that stuff on like the FGO Reddit a long time ago. And there's some YouTube videos out there where I said it. But this is when he was coming out on JP, right? Way back when he was coming out on JP. I was like, yep, he's not going to be that great, right? He's fine, but it's just, you know, this is not going to outdo Ku or anything. And crazy how many people were like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. They're just making up all these bullshit scenarios trying to explain how... you know that meme where like the guy's like trying to over-explain thing on like a chalkboard? It was that, right? People trying to act like, you know, Baldy is just so good and I just don't understand. And then here we are way later and he never accomplished anything, right? None of the budget people use him like ever. There's just he's nothing. He never soloed anything the other Lancers couldn't do way better. And there's a bunch of things that they can solo that he can't, right? Like he never accomplished anything. And then then he came to NA, right? Where I'd already had a bunch of first-hand experience, right? And I love Baldy, right? Great design, awesome voice actor, fun gameplay, big fan, right? So I've used him plenty. Kairu's used him plenty, right? A lot of Baldy experience here. So then here we are, 2 years later, he's coming to NA, and it happened again. You had all these fucking NA YouTubers and stuff going around saying he was like power creep, and you can't miss him, you know, clickbaity stuff, yada yada yada. And then I'm like, what the fuck are we talking about here? Like, he has never done jack shit. And then all those people saying that after the fact didn't do anything with Baldy. They never did a damn thing, right? And it's just forgotten about, right? It's the nature of clickbait, by the way. And here I am actually wanting Baldy to get a buff, though. On the destined days, if you will, where he actually gets to do shit. Like, in theory, he's supposed to be a budget Super Orion. But, you know, he turned out to be Super Orion at home. Hazuma's theme? Yeah, I love it, dude. All of Hazuma's themes, or Hazuma-related themes, are great. Like, Gluttony thing is his theme, and then there's Nightmare Friction, right, for versus Ragna, and then you've got, you know, like Susanoo, which is like, you know, Hazuma or Terumi at their, you know, peak, I guess, right? That song is really out there, but it's still really good. Yeah, and Endless Despair, yeah, and one, big emphasis on one. But yeah, Endless Despair is probably my favorite BlazBlue song, honestly. It's so good, and that's like serious Hazama boss theme. Oh, I need to play more of that BlazBlue roguelike game, actually. That game was awesome. I just hope they update it. I hope it truly is in early access and they're planning on, you know, adding more to it. Because I liked it so much that I want them to add more characters, more enemies, more bosses, and more power-ups. I will say this, there's not enough power-ups. Some of the power-ups are fun, but like there's just not enough of them. Want a little bit more variety there. Let's see. Dude, Iron Tager in that roguelike game would be sweet. Like that'd be really interesting. It'd be very hard to implement though because some of the sizes and stuff might be like a problem. Like with moving around the stages and stuff, but it might be doable. I really hope that roguelike does well, because I want BlazBlue to come back. It doesn't even have to be a fighting game, right? Like, I just want BlazBlue to come back as a series because I really like it, and I think it has a lot of potential. But the main, creator of it quit Arc System Works, and I think because he wasn't able to make more BlazBlue stuff. So I'm pretty worried about it as an IP, to be honest. Alter Memory 2, please no. Although if I got a budget, I'd be okay with that. Oh, it has an advanced mode? Do you have to do something and unlock a hard mode or something? I haven't played it any off stream. So yeah, no, I haven't done shit. And the reason I haven't played it off stream is I've just been so fucking busy. Oh my god. And I'm so tired right now. I cannot wait to get some real sleep, dude. This waking up. I just so wish I could sleep like normal tonight, but I have to wake up super early one more time. And then I have jury duty in a week, and I have to wake up early for that too, so. It's not good. It's real, dude, it's not good for my stream, right? I'm not able to keep up with streaming, and that's really bad for, you know, the business, right? So, getting wrecked over here. But, what will we go with? It changes a lot of cool stuff. I like it. Sweet. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. Okay, there we go. That's the one. Always happy to use Mordred. Yeah, we'll bring the bonus stuff. That's fine. Oh yeah, chat. I was talking earlier about, you know, having a character named Mordred in WoW, right? Classic WoW. And the other day, I saw someone named Artoria, and they noticed. It was pretty funny. I figured that would happen eventually. Chat, I'll blow your minds though. My favorite character when I play classic Warcraft is an orc just named Green. So yeah, surprise on that one. Booga booga. Did you try to kill each other? We were on the same side, unfortunately.
Nani?
Dude, I saw a lot of people complaining about Ragna. I will say this, Ragna's really interesting in that game because if you always land your skills, you don't lose health, right? But if you whiff, you lose health and you're not getting it back. So it's very punishing to mistakes, right? Very punishing to mistakes. And then also it makes it worse that if you get hit normally, right? You just take damage from an enemy. So yeah, I saw a lot of people. He really is the get good character. Here's the thing though, I actually think it's a mistake. By all means, have a get good character when you have a roster that large, right? You should do that. But I don't think Ragnar's a good pick because he's the main character. He's really, really popular. And in BlazBlue, like the main series, he's a very, very newbie-friendly character, right? So he's not the right pick to be like the hard mode character, in my opinion. I don't think that was or not even hard mode character, more like the high risk, high reward character, right? I just don't think that was a good fit. Yeah, I saw a lot of complaints about that. He is fun though. I've actually been really impressed with that game, making the different characters. Here's the thing. This is what really makes that BlazBlue game roguelike work, is that characters have negatives, right? Like the characters have, and I'm scared that people are going to complain about it and they'll get rid of them. I think it's a great example of why negatives make characters feel really unique and different, right? Hawkman doesn't have fucking iframes, right? But that makes you really care about his counterattack, right? And you know, Ragnar fucking kills himself if you miss his skill, so now you really care about your accuracy, but you have way spammier skills and way more powerful skills than normal, right? You know, Lambda's upfront normal damage is trash, but she has fucking range attacks and can, like, you know, hover in the air while attacking and shit, right? Like, those negatives make you give a shit about the positives and make you change the way you play. And it feels really good, right? It feels really, really good. I have not played Kokonoe yet. I'll have to at some point, because I know chat wants me to, but I fucking hate Kokonoe, so. Least favorite character in BlazBlue. I don't want you to. What, you don't want me to? Ace, is it? Are we gonna have a Mori comment moment? Is that where we're going with this? Don't even acknowledge her. Okay, no, we're going the other way. That's generally how Kokonoe is. People either like her or hate her. It's pretty common. I mean, Platinum didn't kill Lambda's pet for no fucking reason and, like, try to brain kill her, right? Like, none of that happened. This is interesting. Shiro meeting Mordred would be an experience. Not a huge fan of Platinum though, but could be worse. Not the worst kid character out there. I don't think Lambda is the best for new characters because her upfront Ooga Booga is weird. I think the best character for new players in that roguelike is either Hibiki or what's her name, May, whatever the fuck. Cause she's just very normal. She's like very, very normal. I think she's really new player friendly. I don't think Lambda's terrible, right? I think you could definitely do worse than Lambda. I think Lambda's fine, but I think there's a couple other ones that are a bit more like straightforward, understandable. It got good options. Oh yeah, BlazBlue had gag reels like all the time. Those got pretty off the walls, honestly. I think we're getting kind of close to the boss fights here. Yeah, I only played Noelle once, so I really don't have much of an opinion there. I'll have to play around with that more. Honestly, Raelius was one of my favorite characters in BlazBlue because he didn't have a lot of screen time, which kind of sucked, but he was pretty interesting. And then they just, like, they keep it a mystery for a good while. Kind of like, does he actually, you know, get along with Hazama or not? And you know, like, what's his motivations and stuff? And it's just kind of fun seeing his character play out. It's pretty interesting. He's also the bad guy that never really loses, so. Let's see, what is the Blaze Blue game's name called? If you just look up Blaze Blue on Steam, you'll find it. It is on Steam. It's like what the fuck is it named? Entropy Effect? What kind of fucking name is that? But, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, just type in Blaze Blue on... I really recommend it. It's an early access right now, right? So, doesn't have maybe as many bells and whistles as you might like, but it's a good game. I think it's very much worth playing. And it's pretty cheap. I think it's very worth the price. I mean, Calamity Trigger's not as weird, to be honest. But yeah, honestly, Calamity Trigger is probably their best name, I would say. Central Fiction is probably the worst. Or Chrono Phantasma, I don't know. Whatever, but that's not even the name of it. Continuum Shift. That's what's the third one, right? Because it's Calamity Trigger, Continuum Shift. What the fuck is the third one? That's the one I'm always thinking of, and I can't remember the name of that one. Oh, it is Chrono Phantasma. Okay, whatever. You know what I blame? I'm not even kidding. I never had a problem with that. I never had a problem remembering the name until fucking Type Moon made the first what was it? Carnival Phantasma, right? That's what fucked it all up. They ruined everything. God damn it! This is all Nasu's fault. Yeah, cross tag. We don't talk about that. And the mobile game, we don't talk about that. That could have been so good. Like the concept is good. Because Blaze Blue is more of a visual novel than Fate Stay Night is. I actually mean that. But oh my god, that was like the worst fucking mobile game ever. Other than maybe Limbus. Oh god, Limbus, dude. I have so much to say about that. Let's see. There we go. Gotta get that skill rank to 10. I don't think B-Tag had any potential, to be honest. Now, it has potential in terms of like a concept. Nothing wrong with making a fun crossover fighting game, right? That's fine, right? But the core idea with the control scheme and like the way combos work and everything, I think is a fundamentally bad idea. And I am fundamentally not interested in it. And yeah, it fucking sucks. I truly hated playing that game. Like, that was just not what I want out of a fighting game on any level. And it's fine to make a fighting game more simplistic and stuff. That's fine, but they're trying to make it like the illusion of complexity while having none of it. That's no good, right? Like, because for example, Dive Kick. Dive Kick unironically has a lot of depth in it, right? And it is very, very simple, right? Where cross tag is just taking away control from you. It's not great. I think the best thing about cross tag is simply, you know, a lot of characters in it, and you know, the crossover fun and that kind of thing, right? Like that's nice. But yeah, that's about it. I do not have much love for that game. Why did I have? Oh, this is like the setup that's supposed to kill the story support. Whatever. We might be in real trouble here though because of this attack down. I don't see us getting anywhere with that. I could bring a command code and get rid of it, but I didn't do that. Here's the thing. It is one thing to make a fighting game more approachable, right? Let me give you an example, right? Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear is a much simpler fighting game than Blaze Blue, and it has a much lower skill ceiling. That's just a fucking fact. It has a much lower skill ceiling, but it still has you know, like it still has decent controls. I think Guilty Gear is a much better way of trying to make an approachable fighting game, right? But that still is a fighting game, right? And it still has like intuitive controls and all that kind of thing. Because the problem with cross tag is the controls are only good if you've never played a fighting game, right? if you've played a fighting game, just trying to play cross tag is awful. I mean, it's just shit. I think Strive, you know, just the Guilty Gear in general, but like the newer Guilty Gear games in general, have done a much better job of trying to make a more accessible fighting game that's not dumb as shit like cross tag. Yeah, cross tag is kind of like, you know, some games have like auto combos and stuff, except it's you literally don't have the option to not use them, right? Like that's just that is the game, right? The game is like an auto combo system and all that. You have very like little control. Oh god, I don't even want to talk about it, dude. Like Jesus Christ. But yeah, if you've played a fighting game with an auto combo system, imagine the entire game is designed around that, and that you can't not play that way. Well, I think Strive has their own problems, right? Like death times, right? And like combo links and stuff. I don't think it's a perfect game either. But the thing is, you have a lot of that in cross tag as well. Like cross tag also had stupidly long combos and that kind of thing. And they also took no effort to pull off, etc., etc. Like, Guilty Gear is not my favorite fighting game. Like, absolutely not. But I do think... And I hear the thing is, the proof's in the pudding, because there's a degree of this that's not an opinion, right? Opinion if you like the game or not, but Guilty Gear was significantly more successful at bringing people into the fighting game genre, right? Like Guilty Gear's not the most like popular game ever, but it sold better than Cross Tag did, very much so, and it's received a lot more attention from casuals than Cross Tag ever did. Right? Now, to be fair, some of that is just like Arc System Works building up the reputation over time and, you know, optics with like streamers and shit like that, you know, being in the right place at the right time. There is some of that, but I think Strive is just a better game for getting normies into it. Now, I think it could be better still. I think, like, abso-fucking-lutely it could be better. Okay, I need a reset. This is ridiculous. They can't kill my taunts. I'm doing no damage because of that stupid attack down. But I like Blaze Blue a lot more than Guilty Gear, honestly. It's not even close. That being said, you know, Blaze Blue ain't perfect either, because one, it is completely unapproachable by new players or casuals and stuff, especially at this point, right? Like, if you haven't been keeping up with it. Like, when it first came out, sure, you could get into it, but you know, nowadays, there's just no way. And that's a big problem. And even though I like a lot of the complexity and, like, nuances to the characters that add really unique stuff, they, like... Here's the thing, like, when you watch, like, if you've played the game, you know how, you know, you've played Blaze Blue, you understand it, so when you watch it, you know what's happening, right? And you watch, like, the different matchups, like Jin versus Carl compared to, like, Iron Taker versus Carl, or Iron Taker versus Azrael and all this stuff. It's like, it's just crazy how these matchups, you know, play out in the different strategies and everything. It's really interesting. But... Blaze Blue is legitimately just too complicated. Like the combos are needlessly hard to pull off, right? Like one frame links, right? Dash cancels all over the place. Some very counterintuitive stuff going on under the hood in order to actually get, you know, your combo to work properly and stuff, right? You can have all your fun stuff with like the unique movesets and like Carl playing fucking, you know, 4D chess and all this stuff. You can keep all that without making the combos that needlessly complicated, right? It just doesn't need to be that way. Yeah, Carl is has an experience. But yeah, I would love like an in-between Blaze Blue and Guilty Gear, somewhere in between there, and then just dial back the combos a little bit. You know, I don't need people losing 80% of their life in one combo. Thanks. Like that's not the best. Man, Kentucky would be such a busted solo unit if he had some survivability, like an evade or invulnerability, or even guts. What's your favorite fighting game? I mean, Blaze Blue. It's you know, I just love it to death. Let's see, what are... I like Soul Calibur as well. What else is out there? Those two are the ones that come to mind, I would say. There was this old... You know, I've actually never played King of Fighters. There was this old fighting game, though, that I remember they, like... It was like older than the Xbox 360, but they, like, put it on Xbox 360 and stuff, like, on the store. I can't remember the name of it. But it was like a very old, like, sprite-based fighting game. That was pretty fun, actually. I remember I enjoyed it quite a bit. I cannot remember the name of it whatsoever. I really don't consider... Oh, yeah, you know, Actress Again is decent. I like Actress Again, Melty Blood, Actress Again way more than the new Melty Blood. I really don't like the new Melty Blood that much, to be honest. I think Actress Again is just way, way, way better. But yeah, I've never really considered Smash a fighting game. I mean, it has things in common with a fighting game. But that's like a first-person shooter has a lot in common with a third-person shooter, but they're still very different, right? It's like people call it these like a platformer fighting game, right? Which I think that's fair enough, right? Because there's very, very distinct differences between a fighting game and Smash Brothers, right? Nothing wrong with Smash Brothers, but it's kind of just a different thing, right? Yeah, I really do prefer though Actress Again over Type Lumina. Type Lumina looks better, right, graphically, but that's about it. All right, what am I doing here? Probably bring a couple of debuff clears because there was a burn there as well. Does this account have the Ilya one? Yeah, there we go. I'll bring a heal. But yeah, I really like the full moon, crescent moon, half moon system. That's a really, really, really good system. The combo length and stuff I think is better in Actress Again. I think the cast is better. Like, I feel like Type Lumina basically just took depth away and didn't add any, but then made it look prettier. But then also didn't put in a lot of the characters that I liked. So, a lot of negatives there. I don't mind the Mortal Kombat style fighting games, but they're definitely not my favorite. A lot of the, and I haven't played some of the newer ones, so this may have changed, but the ones I have played, and then like you've got, was it Unjustice or Injustice or whatever, which is very similar to Mortal Kombat. I think it's the same devs, right? They're very like, they're very simplistic with their combos and stuff, and that's not really a bad thing, but like, a lot of your combos, you have to basically just guess if they're gonna land or not. You can't really hit confirm. There's like several characters like that. It's very common where like, you just have to like, oh yeah, I think this will land, so I have to go ahead and like queue up the input. And if you don't, it won't work. And yeah, the blocking's kind of weird and stuff like that. But I haven't played a Mortal Kombat style game in a while. Yeah, I don't like the animations either, to be honest. But like, they normally have shorter combos, and I'm okay with that. Like, that's fine. But they're more like homogenous, right? With like the options the characters have. Right? You don't have matchups nearly as unique as you might see in BlazBlue or something like that. But again, nothing wrong with them. I don't have a problem with those games. So hard, dude. I hate this. Like, I love how like it doesn't just show like a little picture of who has it equipped. Like, that's just too much to ask, apparently. I have never played Samurai Showdown, but I've watched people play it, but I have never played it myself. I don't really have any feeling about gore one way or the other. Like, I think sometimes it works, like it's a good way to emphasize impact things like that, maybe in a game like Ninja Gaiden, right? Like Ninja Gaiden Black and stuff. I think it actually works really, really well there. But sometimes it can definitely be like just in the way or overly gratuitous just for the sake of it without any real reason for it. Unlimited Code sucks. God, that game sucks. People always defend that game. That game is so bad. And like the dev that made it just has every game they make has a lot of the same problems. Because like they made that dungeon fighter fighting game and it has so many of the same problems. Right? They don't balance well. They always accidentally have a bunch of infinites in their games. I do not like their games. They're honestly one of my least favorite fighting game devs. And like people that like them normally they just like play super casually, which is fine, but they wouldn't know all the broken shit, right? And they don't realize like how many problems there are when people are actually sitting down and trying to PvP each other, which is the point of a fighting game, right? Because you can't say, oh, it's okay for a fighting game to have, you know, all these like stupid infinites and broken crap in it because I'm casual and I don't care about that stuff. Because the game is fundamentally designed from the ground up to be player versus player, right? And then their player versus player systems are shit. Like there's so many infinite combos. The combos are way too long, even when they're not infinites. A lot of the like inputs are just really weird for no reason, and you have a lot of like weird hit confirming stuff going on. It's, you know, balanced like trash, and a game does not have to be perfectly balanced to be fun. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I fundamentally think Unlimited Codes is shit. And like their new fighting game they made, the Dungeons Fighter one, I think is the same thing. I don't think it's as bad because one, they actually patched it where they never patched Unlimited Codes, which is where some of the problems come from. Yeah, I need like a multi-turn taunt here, or like defense down or the knight. Yeah, maybe let's go for the knight or Black Grail. Yeah, Ku, funnily enough, is top tier as shit in Unlimited Codes. He's like outrageously strong in that. Still a bad game though. It's like a meme though, because it's got like all these just absurd combos and tech that don't make any sense. It's kind of like Smash Brothers Melee, where a lot of the tech was definitely not intended by the devs. Okay, I can remove the attack down, but not the dot. Unfortunate. Do I want to save that heal? Probably. However, if you do want to just fuck around with like Fate stuff, there is definitely fun to be had on Unlimited Codes because like Type Moon wrote the story, right? And there are like other alternate timelines for Fate Stay Night that you just didn't see in the visual novel, right? There's like different bad ends and just different, you know, alternate stories and stuff. They're obviously more brief, but yeah, it's cool, right? You can tell Type Moon, you know, put some effort into that. And yeah, if you're just gonna fuck around, play like the story or the arcade mode and that kind of thing, yeah, there's not, you know, too much issue there. And yeah, they have silly mini games. I guess I just heal. I'd like to do the heal boost, but I'll have to do that next turn. I'm gonna get my NP no matter what, so I guess I focus on stars. Alright, surely they're gonna kill Qingong here. I don't even know how they didn't before when he's got that burn on him. What? Well, that's bad. Did he guard it before or something? Yeah, I don't understand. I have no clue how Qingong lived all that time on the prior run. All right, Kentucky, let's see what you got. She's got a defense up. That's annoying. Wow, only 93k. That sucks. I blame this defense up. The story centered around Ku, if I remember correctly. He gets Medea to rule breaker him so he can go murder Kodomine without getting CS'd in the face. Guess I do that. But I want this one to die before it NPs me. If I remember correctly, Ku like beats up Medea, gets Medea to rule breaker him, kills Kodomine, and then he just fades away. Pretty much like, yep, sorry, Bizette. Better luck next time. Decent hit count. So close. No need to heal boost. Toki, you're worrying me. Okay, we got it. We only overkilled by like 8 or 9k there. Alright, took care of business nice and clean there. Yeah, a lot of the male characters got new voice lines, and it's them trying to act like it's the equivalent of an animation update. Ridiculous, dude. Oh, FGO. Cool background. Very Halloween. Chat. I'm really in the mood to stream, right? Like I'm really wanting to stream, and I want to fight these boss fights coming up because they're actually fun to solo. Like they're tough enough that you can have some fun with them. All the big fluffy fights at the end. But I'm not going to stream too much longer just because I'm so exhausted from lack of sleep these last few days. But we'll keep going a bit. Yeah, it's not like I don't want to stream, but this next week or so is going to be pretty tough. So bear with me if you can. Yeah, Armor Core 6 is gonna be so tough because like I want to get in there and I want to do my best and I want to understand it and all that stuff, but I'm gonna be so tired, dude. All right, we got some free quests already. I think you have to do like all of these. Okay, we're farther away from the boss fights than I thought. It's a lot of clicking and stuff coming up here. And then I think you have to max these, all of these out. So we have to max 3 more amount. Yep, it's not gonna happen today. I couldn't do that in time. No chance. Yeah, it's been a slow week anyway. That is certainly true. But I've been wanting to play other games, right? When it's a slow week, but it's been not the right time for that. But as much as I love streaming, it is mentally taxing, right? And when you're tired or you haven't slept enough, that's harder, right? But I'll catch up eventually. Especially once the jury duty shit's over, then I should be on the road to returning to normal. Watch me get sick. Like I figure going to like a courthouse is a very good way to get sick. So watch after all this, I have to go to the fucking courthouse, and then I get sick, And then it's just gonna be this like giant spree of my streaming is ruined. Oh, you got a new computer. Nice, nice. I finished a good amount of AC4 yesterday. Yeah, people love missiles in those games. So have you played 4 Answer, or are you starting with 4? Because if you're like 4, then you're probably gonna love 4 Answer, because 4 Answer generally just plays even. It's like 4, but smoother and better in like every way, generally. So okay, you've started with 4 Answers, so you probably already know what I'm talking about. Like, I love Armored Core 4, but it is a bit clunky in comparison, like with the controls and stuff. Still good though. I do like Armored Core 4 a lot. You know, I'm pretty sure they reused that animation for Saber Medusa, like the skeleton work for the controlling the paper mache. They've been doing that kind of thing a lot. Four and 4 Answers are the only ones I can't play. That sucks. They're definitely the best in my opinion. Some people disagree with that, although I find most people, especially non-like super hardcore Armored Core fans. So super hardcore Armored Core fans are just split. They're just split all over the place on what's the best. But I find most people that aren't like specifically super into Armored Core generally like 4 and 4 Answer the most. Okay, she's definitely gonna be the problem with being an assassin. Yeah, there's been a lot more reused assets in FGO in the last year or so. Like, there's a lot. Like, they're just cutting and here's the thing, it's not like they're running out of money, right? That's not the thing. They are not running out of money. They're cutting corners because over time, they've just noticed that they can do it and get away with it. So why spend more money? Wow, we fucked them up. Okay, well, Asclepius doesn't have a chance. Although, pretty nasty gimmicks they got going on here. I don't know why I didn't already cast this. Boy, did they taunt the wrong one. If she was like, if I had a, if like she was taunted and I couldn't kill her, that would be annoying. That's pretty much just setting this up how I want. Yeah, there's not just a few ways the servant can attack someone, and the amount of like options with the human body and the way like you can like, it's not like, oh, you just kick. There's so many ways to kick. And the proof's in the pudding, because if you look at the characters we have, there's loads of variety, right? And they're not trying to you know, like, I know fight choreography really well, and like my brother literally does fight choreography. They're not tapping into shit, right? Like, there's so much more they could do. Literally go watch a Jackie Chan movie and you'll come up with a billion ideas of how to have better attack animations for like all the punchy kicky people and stuff like that, right? Like, they're not even close. Like, I can think of endless ways they can make the attack animations better and more varied. They're just doing it to cut corners. And what's lazy is they don't even, and why you know they're cutting corners, right? So for example, an animation they've used in like 4 or 5 characters now is like one of St. George's art cards. When he's at close range and he like stabs and then swings up very dramatically, and he has like, he exaggerates his arm motion a lot in the air. They've reused that for a bunch of characters and they don't change it at all. It's not like they have different characters, like maybe don't exaggerate it as much. Or maybe instead of doing an upward swing, do a down, you know, do like a low slash, or swing again after the upward slash. They don't do that, right? They just copy paste it. And it's, again, they can get away with it. So, you know, why not? Then you got the Arthur NP that they've reused like 11 times. Let's see here. Yeah, Arthur was the first one that had that, like that camera work and everything, and they've reused it a lot. Yep, I can tell I gotta wrap up soon, chat, and I hate that because I've only streamed for an hour and 18 minutes, man. I really want to stream more, but I am feeling pretty taxed, but we'll at least do this stage here. It's been really nice talking to chat again, though. It's been a while. And a lot of the cool shit you could do with like punching and kicking, they just don't want to do because they don't want to reanimate the characters from different angles, right? Like making a really clean looking kick or spin kick or a good punch a lot of times, it requires you to like reanimate their hips and stuff to change the way their body is facing. And like what angle you're seeing them from, and they don't want to do that anymore. Please don't be an RNG evade, or we're gonna. Wow, this one could be tough. If you don't like bring an assassin. I think for an assassin this would be pretty easy, but they both have guts. They both have double evade. That's not gonna be easy. Oh yeah, Tekken is a great example, actually. They have a huge roster, and my god, like, FGO has almost none of that, right? There's so many. If you just wanted to like take inspiration, you could literally just look at Tekken and be like, oh yeah, we could incorporate that kind of style, or that, you know, that kind of kick or whatever into this animation, but they're not going to do that because it takes more work. And as time has gone on, they've just been putting in less and less work, and they're getting paid for it, so they're like, hell yeah, let's keep doing that. Your higher-ups are never going to tell you to put in more work for the same amount of money in return. I think she's a 20% battery. That's no good. You know what? I'm gonna see red press red, and then hope I get my NP from either being attacked or a combination of being attacked and using my battery. Man, it really sucks that she got to attack twice. I would have had so much HP if that didn't happen. This is where a command code, though, could really help. And I don't know how much health she's going to come back with. I wonder how much I can do with my Buster. It's only a 40% crit. I'm going for it. Go big or go home. Fuck! Why do I do this? Why don't I ever learn? Watch her res with like 1 HP. Oh yeah, I didn't even need to do that. She didn't res with shit. I should have just NP'd and then quick arted, and I would have gotten a bunch of refund back and a bunch of extra stars. And we just got shot in the eye. Brutal. We do this for content. I mean, wouldn't things going smoothly be content too, right? Totally the same, guys. I have to win next turn. That means I have to not NP here because I can't target switch without it. Really easy to what? Martha, I was just saying the other day that you were one of the cooler summer units. Are you trying to change my mind? Trying to go down on the drip tier list, I see. Which we will do more of soon. It's just been really hard to keep up with. Chat, this is not looking good. We have to win with the extra attack. $108,000. That was a solo attempt. We did get out punched somehow. One moment. Let's see. Alrighty. Gotta upgrade a little bit here, chat. Bring bigger guns, if you will. I got this. I got this. I just got here and I don't know the context, but I bet Santa Karna can do it. Oh, shut up. Oh my god. And what I hate the most is you're probably right. I mean, Martha can do it. She just didn't have command codes. And she got unlucky because she got double bustered on literally the only turn that Jolter got to attack her. And then we lost by like 1,000 life. Like, honestly, if Santa Karna did it and he was level 100 and he had no command codes, actually, no, level 90, right? Because she's level 90. I'm not sure a level 90 Santa Karna with no command codes could do it. If someone has one, I will try it. Most people are gonna have them at 80 or 100, I feel. Yeah, we need 90, no command codes. Well, let's give Martha another go. She should be fine this time. The thing is, the NP was not a misplay. It was just a coincidentally wrong prediction. Like, I'm not psychic, right? I have no way of knowing how much HP the Guts is gonna come back with. And several of the Gutses, like in the challenge quests and stuff, are like 50k, right? They're enough that you can't just normal card it. So, you know, I had to take a risk, and it could have potentially paid off and been the right play, especially if we had done slightly more damage, or if we had crit. But yeah, it just turned out to be the wrong prediction. But there, you know, I'm not psychic. There's no way to know. It's just like with quick charge. When you do a challenge, you guys know what I'm talking about. You're in a challenge quest you've never done before. You know you're breaking a health bar this turn, and you're sitting there like, okay, well, if the quick charge, when I break the health bar, I obviously need to do like survival here. And if they don't, I need to not cast it. And then it's just like, sometimes you just guess wrong. And you're like, okay, I'm gonna guess they're gonna quick charge, because they do that a lot. And then they don't quick charge, and then you whiff your survivability and you get NP'd next turn, and that's that. All right, well, Jerker has to die first. I could NP right now, but I think we'll save the charge. Look at that, 58k. Why couldn't we get that before? That was a combo of just actually critting and then having the Gilgamesh command code. Santa Karna is in this event. Did they make him a bonus servant? They're kind of inconsistent with that kind of thing. All right, well, now that we know the Guts is not very big, we obviously do this. We're gonna win pretty hard now. Like, now I've not even taken damage and Jerker is... I mean, look at the value shift. Where before, Jerker almost instantly killed Martha, and I had to blow all my resources recovering from that. Where now I have all of them just for Blackbeard, so it's easy. And I got the heal boost, so I heal for 4,500. So I want to do this just to grab the damage cut. Sure. What is that beeping noise? I think that's BattleNet that I have up. I normally don't have BattleNet up, but I think I happen to have BattleNet up and somebody's messaging me. I'll have to check that in a moment. Now that Lost knows that, Lost could totally just troll the stream and make that blip noise happen as much as he wants. Why on earth am I saying that? Lost, this is not an invitation, all right? This is not reverse psychology. Oh, he's gonna do it. It doesn't matter what I say. I know he's gonna do it, but I must protest. Maybe he's not here. Maybe he went AFK. Make like we're not, like I didn't say anything, chat. If he comes back, don't worry about it. And maybe he's getting, you know, getting some water, you know, maybe doing some work, you know. There's many options here. I could have won that turn. I could have attacked, NP'd, then quicked, and I would have got him. Look at this. I still got my evade. I got like massive overkill here. Hell, maybe that was Lost. Yeah, if it, I wonder if that already was Lost, actually. Lost showing mercy, either that or it already was him and it won't play the notification more than once. That's like the two options here. Okay, chat. I know that's a very short stream. I do apologize. Tomorrow, even if I'm tired, I'm going to stream Armored Core 6, but it might be a catastrophe. Like, man, this is just bad timing, dude. Like, I've got all this stuff going on, and I keep having to wake up early, like, over and over and over again. So, it's rough. But, we'll see what's up. Maybe I'll be able to go to sleep early tonight. Maybe that'll actually pan out. We shall see. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. All the guys that subbed, and Zert with the gifted sub. I super appreciate that. Especially with me not streaming much this last, like, 2 weeks or so. So I really, really appreciate it, guys. But we'll be back tomorrow. And then you know, we'll see what happens. At some point, I'm gonna, like, you know, sleep forever and hopefully catch up. But yeah, thank you guys again. We will raid Cairo. And yeah, tomorrow, it's all Armored Core, baby. I'm so excited. I have not watched like jack shit. I saw like the initial trailer, right? And I saw the first gameplay trailer, and that's pretty much all I've seen. So pretty damn blind. And yeah, I'm so looking forward to it. I won't always be merciful. Yeah, I guess you did message me then. All right, I'm out of here, boys. Take care.